The riteous branch, Callahan, the red branch knights. The red-handed King Callahan, come and sit at my right hand, and I will make your enemies a footstool. The Book of Mordecai, son of my right hand. The tribe of Benjamin, courageous and bold are mentioned as. The tribe of Benjamin is courageous and bold, faithful and bold, loyal and bold. There's the red hand. Now if you go down to Cork, because of the influence of the Catholic Church over the years and of the truth, they've removed the thumb because they've tried to divide and conquer the peoples of these islands. So the Lord says, oh, it is no light thing. It is a light thing. Callahan means light, light to the Gentiles, Cal. There we go. And in that day I will make the governors of Judah, the lines of Judah, the 3 lines of Judah come from Cashel. The 3 lines, like the heart of fire amongst the wood, a righteous branch of fire, the remnant shall return as a flame of fire. Elijah and Elijah went up in a pillar of fire, and one went down like a torch of fire in a sheaf. And they shall devour the peoples round about them on the right hand and on the left hand, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, and even in Jerusalem. Then we have the red branch. And there's some more images. The O'Neill O'Callaghan on Hebrew, Brian Hebrew, the remnant should return. Callahan is Alexander, Athelstander just, Callahan the just. First king of England, the lines of England come from. There's Elijah there, look. Freaking thing. And Elijah will return. There's I don't know what that shite is. Let me close this down. There is the let me just get this up here. And the remnant should return as a flame of fire. But first the Lord has to make an end of all his enemies. Either that will mean they become converted or they become fire. Well, they can't convert an enemy, he's determined to be an enemy. And the Lord said, sit at my right hand. The tribe of Benjamin, my people, are called son of my right hand. So there he's talking directly to us. That's the right hand, the red hand, and there'll be rivers of blood. To make the enemy the footstool. And here we have Callahan, the just. Athelcan, Callahan, Athelstander, Alexander, Callahan the just. The leader of the Amok. I went into this place up here by the doenean apartheid government gaff up the road, and usually I can walk in there and just get my hands on the prosperity of Millo. The Callahan Mills, Grania Whale, Grania Millo, Grania Mill, Grace O'Milly, Grace O'Malley. She was one of them. She was accepted as a queen by Queen Elizabeth I. And here we have the image of the light. There he is, KJV, Isaiah. It is no small thing that I will make you a light to the Gentiles. Cal is a light to the Gentiles, that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth. I have also made you a light for the nations, so that you would save people, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the proverb of Israel. That's the Breton law, restore the Breton law, Abrahamic law and Breton law. To every cow it's calf, to every manuscript it's copy. And I'll tell you why that's relevant. For but to you who is there by name, the Son of Righteousness will arise, with healing in his rays, in his wings. And you will go out as calves in the stall, or frolic like calves. That means you're under the law, the Breton law. Depends on which translation you read, and you shall go forth as calves in a stall. That's the Breton law. To every cow it's calf, to every manuscript it's copy. And here we have a list of the Amok tribes, some of them. But the thing is, anything ending in Han, because Callahan conquered the Picts, Athelstan conquered the Picts with 12 of his sons. You have like Callahan, Keenahan, Monaghan, anything ending with Han is the word for king, Can, the old word for king. So there was 12 sons, so obviously there's a lot of them out there. So, and we're the people, we're the mocked tribe, the people of the light, the Gentiles, the Hebrew people, the Brian Hebrew. But they all come from the lineage of Callahan. Callahan, the just Athelstan, the just Athelstander. Let me find it. So, we're the military. We don't propagate the sickness of our people. There's a lot of people sick in this country. If they're going to do drugs and they can't get their hands on clean drugs, it's our duty to give them clean drugs. There's a lot of sick people running around. You can't, they're dying, they're dropping like flies, they're spreading sickness. It's not the way to treat your people. This is a police state. It's become a police state that propagates all of this mad shit that goes on. It's not getting better. Well, it's getting worse. People have to be ruled by law, and we have it here on the last page as well. Look, Elijah, remnant of fire. Remember the Lord of Moses, my servant, which I have commanded unto him in Hebron, for all Israel, and the statutes of judgment. The Nephida. Callahan had had Merlin at his court. King. When you talk about Merlin, he's not a wizard. He's a law. He remembers the law. He's like the mother's law. You must uphold the mother's law. She will honour you and preserve you. An Englishman's home is his castle, the rocket castle. That's where the lions come from. And here we have, but unto you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in the stall. That's the original translation. That means under breath and law. Just loads of it there. Look. Have salt in you. Salt is good for you. You have to take the pink salt. You take the pink salt in your mouth in remembrance of the covenant and love of Christ. I take the salt in me. If you do that 7 times a day, you're praising God 7 times a day. You don't have to do it in front of anybody. You don't have to be hypocritical about it. But here's the thing. The Sikhs and the remnant shall return. The people of the door. They're a long lost people that Alexander the Great brought up into the mountains. The people of the door, Shalom, the people of the door. They're like the prodigal son coming home. We should be throwing a feast for those people and welcoming them into our folds, because they're not idolatrous. They're like the Quakers. Callahan was a Puritan king. He destroyed idolatry. That's why you can't find any of Alexander the Great's. Yeah, look. The Prince of Cretia, the Prince of Malesia, Grecian, Macedonians.